Hey, so my project presentation name is the art of writing. Uh, pretty much you said from Rochester, New York. Um, so about a little bit about me. I go to school at Walls. I'm a senior, and I'm a Latino community activist. He just said I work with two county legislators, and done many things outside of the community. And a few of my hobbies are reading and writing poetry. I'm actually currently in the middle of process publishing my book as well. And I enjoy playing basketball and football, and as well as doing political events. In a certain way too, I kind of use writing as a way to become a better community leader. And a little bit about these pictures, I can kind of explain them. So the top one was when I was a top seven finalist for the Princeton Prize of Race Relations. Pretty much is awarded to. I didn't win; I was close, but is awarded to students that go above and beyond and doing things in the community to become better and things of that nature. And then the bottom picture, you probably can't tell me, but I was there, around the among those crowd. And that was when I did the Rock to Change when one of my schools, one of the co-hosts, and I let out breakout rooms on how racism and biasism plays into journalism. So pretty much a little bit why I got into writing. I pretty much started getting into writing as an outlet for me to vent to myself, and I get to express myself ways that I couldn't verbally. And just the power of writing. You can go back to whatever you first wrote. Months and years can go by. You can see the growth in it and feel that satisfaction within. So I just love that about writing. So the problem pretty much is mental health within my peers. I've seen that from talking to people and through my social medias. A lot of people have texted me personally, and they've been saying that I helped them through with their mental health and things like that nature. So as well as the problem is the high school dropout rates. When students feel neglected and feel like no one's there for them, or feel like they can't reach out to anyone. They just drop out of school because they don't feel like they get that help and that support. And pretty much in which that's goes hand in hand with engagement in the classwork, in the classroom, in the classwork as well. So why this problem is important is because uh, students can learn how to express themselves through writing poetry, and I didn't know that was a very crucial thing that really helped. So I want to show them, and that way they have that different way they can express it. Skills will improve their schoolwork, and pretty much it will better their English literature as well with that, and they writing skills and their vocabulary as well. And pretty much the graph, I chose this graph because this graph really stands out to me when I first seen it, because it shows the two main things in there is depression and anxiety. And as you can tell from 30s, 20s, your early 40s, you really see how big crucial mental health is, and anxiety as well. So it just plays a big factor in society. So my solution is I will hold 5 poetry workshops. And the graph down here shows month one, I will hold 2 workshops. So 2 weeks out of the month will be two of them. And then second month as well, followed up with 2 workshops. And then the last month I will hold one big one. And then I will be teaching my fellow peers 5 different versions of poetry, because there's a whole endless options. But these are my favorite ones to write, which is haiku, free verse, sonnet, and acrostic. Um, and as well as my project plan is to impact 30 students in all total of my workshops. And I hope to have 5 additional new people every new poetry workshop. And, coming from a student, you know, itself, holding poetry workshops, would have a different impact instead of coming from a teacher, because they have someone their age that, kind of understand and be like, okay, if, if he does it, or if I could relate to him, it could kind of impact them more, because they can more resonate with someone that's their age range compared to someone that's in their 40s or 30s, whatever the teacher age is. But you kind of get what I'm trying to get at. And I will actually hold posts. I will put up posters around the school, um, and email the student body with my principal, and keep sending out emails, kind of reminders of when is going to be my new poetry workshops. So yeah. So pretty much the budget, approximately would cost around $300. I will be receiving in-kind donations, hopefully, buy the notebooks, for the notebooks, pens, and things of that nature, like the simple stuff. And I will raise money for the project by doing fundraisers, probably maybe some baking or, I don't know, something like that. Maybe arts and crafts, and then of course the GoFundMe, and then hopefully Rotary clubs when I reach out to them, and then pretty much the cost for the budget will be because of the notebooks, pens. Uh, I want to buy books, kind of poetry books for they can have like a reference, of kind of get inspiration from someone, that actually published the book. If someone is new to poetry and don't know where to go, so uh, and then of course snacks as well for the workshops, and hopefully to have t-shirts for the ending project. Yep. So conclusion, pretty much, I like to, at one time I'll spice it up with a little bit of with a little quote of mine. So this is pretty much one of my ending of one of my poems, my personal poems. As it goes by, me being vulnerable and open, speaking of what I went through in my life and how I overcame all the adversity and dark times. There can be a person that's listening to me that is going through the same thing or similar situation, and I just saved their life without me knowing that. And as well, I forgot to mention earlier, the poetry workshops will be held at my school library in Rochester, New York, 4080 Broadway. I will put that information in there, in the GoFundMe. The link is right there. I will put it as well in the comments. So there you go. Any questions?